Today I'm visiting Periwinkle Hill at the top end of Hertfordshire. It's a remote site sandwiched between the villages of Barkway and Reed. Barkway itself is an interesting town, or village really, which was once on the main coaching route between London and Cambridge. And Reed was similar in that it was a Roman settlement originally, and in fact if you look on the Ordnance Survey map you can see it very much has a Roman rectangular plan even today. Two important centres of communication, and slap bang between them both is the Norman Motte and Bailey castle of Periwinkle Hill, if hill it is. It's quite a lovely walk up here. So you can hear the motorcyclists roaring in the background on the A10. In the old days this would have been extremely remote. You can hear the birds singing, beautiful fields all around, woodland, and as you can see we're quite high up. In fact we're right on the edge of a chalk ridge. About a mile to the north, or half a mile, the land drops sharply onto the Cambridge plain. I suppose this is the very end of the Chiltern Ridge really, where we are. It's a bit away from the Chilterns themselves, but you sense the geography beneath your feet. It's quite lovely. Here is Reed, and now I'm panning out over to the horizon. At the horizon there, it drops away down into southern Cambridgeshire, the fens. I just bumped into a woman walking her dog, and I asked her to point me in the direction of Reed, and she said, "Oh, you're looking for the Silver Ball to have breakfast." The Silver Ball is an old-fashioned transport cafe on the A10. I'm not heading there, although I must admit the suggestion is quite tempting. Well, I've turned now and I'm heading back towards Barkway and towards our destination, which is Periwinkle Hill. It's strange today to think of it sandwiched between a wood and what looks like an RAF radar mast. It's as if the Normans and the Romans before them, the RAF today, knew something about this spot and its significance for communications. It's like a continuity in the landscape, and in many ways it's reassuring, particularly in these befuddled times. Well, don't hold your breath, but here we are at Periwinkle Hill. I'm going to pan out and you should see it behind me. But you're going to have to look very carefully because there are a lot of sheep obscuring it. Now I'm going to pan across here, and between the clump of trees on the left and the clump of trees on the right there are some undulations in the landscape, and that is the ploughed out remains of Periwinkle Hill, a Norman Motte and Bailey castle at the very edge of Hertfordshire. Do you know, I've been castle hunting for most of my life, and really, although the magnificent ones in the landscape are quite dramatic assertions of lordly control, the feudal environment of the past, grand architectural statements, it's these small places which I really like. The places which take you to abandoned fields and homesteads, the places where you see the landscape, you're more in touch with the spirit of the people who lived here. This is the sort of castle I like. Periwinkle Hill, and those like it. If I had a glass of beer now, I'd raise it to these castles. They really are the spirit of the land.